People asking, where is the church? Of course, in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica. Where is the church? And I see a lot of passion coming out in the questions. Where is the church? And I'd like to attempt to answer that question. The church is right here. The church is where it has always been. It's right here. Family, remember, the church does not just show up when there is a catastrophe. The church is always present, doing what it does best, providing spiritual and material support to people, to families, to communities, right? Just because we see people out there, artists, singers, entertainers, influencers, and of course, with their brands on whatever they're donating, means that people are supposed to be putting pressure on the church, as though we expect the church to be out there branding itself as though it's promoting itself, or as though it's a brand. We don't operate like that. The church of the true and the living God, headed by Jesus Christ, to whom we belong, does not operate like the world does. We don't follow the world. The world ought to follow us, right? A lot of these people who we see helping, which we're grateful to see the support and the extent of it. How many times do we see them doing these things? Probably it's the first time you're seeing many of them doing this. Yet the church has always been doing its thing quietly. And I'm talking about the church of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Family, please, let us use wisdom and do not jump on any bandwagon you see on the internet of people calling out the church. Okay? In a crisis like this, the expectation is that, one, the church is going to take care of the needs of its people first. That's wisdom. That's common sense. There's no way, for instance, I can be serving and faithfully tithing and sending my offering into a ministry, and a hurricane like this comes, my rooftop blow off, and all kinds of things happen to my house. And when I look, pastor out a street with the name of the ministry on a truck or on a bus, giving out food and supplies, when me, his tither, his member, who serve him in and out of season, or serve the church and the needs of the church in and out of season, he ignores me. That doesn't make any sense. If you look at Galatians chapter 10 verse 6, or 6 verse 10, Galatians 6:10, Galatians 6:10 tells you that we ought to do good deeds. But if you look, the second part of the verse emphasizes that we ought to prioritize the needs of those who are in the faith. Okay? Right? So there is a process. The church is expected to take care of its own first, and then it can go out to the community, the wider community. At the end of the day, remember, the people who are within the church, they are the ones who help to build it. They are the ones who help to support it, right? It's only fair that the needs of those people in such a situation are taken care of first and foremost. Then you can take care of the people in the community who, a lot of times, they see the church and they never walk through the doors of them church. Never. They'll never one day come into church. And they're the ones, a lot of times, who are quick to scandalize, quick to criticize, and quick to pass offensive remarks about the church of the living God and God's people. Why should a pastor overstep, or may I say, go over his people, bypass his own people, just in the name of promoting himself and branding himself and make himself look good in the community. No, it's not fair. Take care of the people who are there for you, who support you, who are now in need. Respond to their needs. That's how the church approaches these things, because that's the godly way of approaching things. Then we can go to the wider community. As I said, a lot of the people in the wider community who are in need of help, they are the ones who are tearing down the church and who are looking for posts such as the one or the ones I've seen of people calling out the church. They love that. The enemy loves the opportunities where he can just do things and say things that will scar the church and the reputation thereof. If we're calling out the church, it's only fair that we call out the Obia man and the Obia woman who a lot of people give their monies to. What about the reader man who gets the lump sum of money, who promised people, oh, I'm going to heal you, and their situation has only gotten worse. It's not better. Let's call them out too. You give your monies to them. Where are they now? Where are they in this crisis situation? People need food, people need material, people need things to rebuild. Where the Obia man there who got your $300,000? Where is the reader man who took your $500,000 because him say, I'm going to fix your uncle and I'm going to fix this and fix that and wreck this person's marriage so that you can get the man or get the woman? What about those people? If we're going to call out the church, let's be fair and call out these individuals who a lot of people have given their monies to. You would never give your money to the church. You'd rather give your money to someone sitting around a table, rolling a crystal ball in front of you, lying to you, telling you all kinds of stuff that make no sense. And afterwards you realize it's not working. And instead you go to the church, you still keep going back to the Obia man who is full of deceit. So when we say we're calling out the church as though we have an issue that we're not seeing the church, what are your expectations? Are we expecting to see the church like ministries print banners and put the name of the ministry on a big truck and go into a community because we have to brand ourselves and we have to promote ourselves? People have to know, say, is this church doing this? That's not how we operate over here. That's not how the true church of God operates. We do things to please God. We do it unto God, not unto men, for people to post us and say, oh, look what such and such ministry is doing. And also remember, we are not just active in crisis situations, but we are active right around the year. Okay? And I'm saying to you, let's show the Church of the Living God some grace, because at this time, I expect that leaders of churches are trying to find out who among them are in need of help and are in need of supplies. Let's minister to the people who have cried with us, take shame with us, suffered with us, been through hard times with us. Let's take care of the needs of these dedicated people who are within our churches first. And when we know, say, we church people them good, then we can go out in the community. Because a lot of people, they rather stay there, point fingers, slander, and criticize the church, never have anything good to say to the church. And then the only time they want to show up for assistance is when they need something. That's not right. That's not right. And then when things don't go their way, they blast the church. I'm here to tell you, be careful of what you say about the church, because the church does not belong to any pastor, any apostle, any prophet. The church belongs to Jesus. So be careful of how we slander Jesus things. That which belongs to Jesus, you'll run into trouble with him. So let's be careful, okay? Give the church some grace. Give the church some time. Some churches themselves need to rebuild. because they went through so much. The storm or the hurricane totally destroyed the church. And I'm here to tell you, listen, there are churches that have been damaged or destroyed that were not into evil. They are true churches of the living God. But I want you to know, Church of the Living God, that God has you. You will rebuild. It will be better this time. Sometimes that's just your cue to relocate. Sometimes that's just your cue to let you know that out with the old and in with the new by the Holy Ghost. Do you understand me? So let's relax and chill when we claim we're calling out the church. If you're going to call out the church, there are many groups and people we should call out to. And as I said, especially them people who we give the lump sums of money to for read we up and tell we all kind of lies about the future. Call them out too. Them have enough money, then sit on for enough money. Call them out. Tell them you're hungry. You know them, you give your money. Tell them you're hungry and your roof gone. They didn't help you. You're there still suffering. You're still sick. Go back for your money. Do you understand? God bless you, everyone. Let us, as I said, show grace to the Church of the Living God. It will take time for many churches to make a presence or have a presence in their environment or their community, because they have to deal with the internal needs of their members. That's only fair. That's wisdom. Okay? All right. God bless you. Listen, some of them, they will never give the church a penny. They'll never give the church a dime. They rather give $300,000, $500,000. They'll borrow from this one. They'll beg that one. They'll have people send Western Union. They'll do all these things to make up the money and put it in the hands of a Obia man. Go to him. Call him out. Call them out. Because we always make it seem like the church is a problem. The same church that keeps warning, the same church that keeps repenting on behalf of the island always gets the blame. Don't let it be that you're a part of the church and you out there making us look bad. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. Bye-bye.